What's going on? Welcome back to another Real Talk. I pray everybody's doing well as we give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and all praise and worship. Thank you, Yahushua, who hung, bled, and died. This is a video response back from an older email that I meant to do a while back. And Sister LaVille. And I'm just going to use this title, Babies Having Babies. And when I was coming up, this is what the older generation would say when a young woman, they just say teenager, would get pregnant at an early age. Because there were some older people that had got pregnant, women got pregnant when they was 13, 14 years old also. And the sad thing is, a lot of young girls have been raped like that. This is not a subject many people like to talk about and touch on because it's very, very sensitive. And a lot of women have went through being raped and trying to figure out if they're gonna keep the child or whatever, whatnot. But back then, again, they would say, baby, you just a baby having a baby. But to make a long story short, in your email, you have a friend, you say, and they don't want to forgive their mom because their mom got pregnant at 14 and the mama gave them up. This is a common story that happens a lot. I hate to say it like that. Mama gave them up because mama didn't know what to do. See, it's hard to try to tell a child to make some grown folk decisions when their child have not lived their life yet. And that's why they would say, babies having babies. Because that 14, 13-year-old is just a baby themselves. Just a baby. And the baby gets given up, like you say, they gave the baby up, who turns into a grown person. And years pass by. Why did my mama give me up? If your mama was only 14 or 13, that's tough. Because many times you'll see people have babies while they're young. Some thought they was in love, some just, like I said, some was raped, or whatever the situation may be, how it happened, and there's a hurt child right there. Some was adopted, and some was raised by somebody else. But you asked me a great question. Is she wrong if she do not want to forgive her? See, this is a common mistake that's made a lot of us when people try to tell you how to grieve or try to tell you how to deal with your pain. You honestly, family, you really can't tell nobody how to deal with their pain because everybody handles things different. Some people shut down, get quiet, don't want to talk to nobody. Some people stay angry. And when you keep saying, oh man, you need to just forgive and let it go, it may be easier said than done than for most people. But when you 13, 14 years old, again, you still pretty much a child yourself. So will she ever find it in her heart to forgive? I don't know. But I'm not saying what was done was right. Of course I'm not saying it. But what I'm saying is, you got to realize babies having babies. And again, a woman who's grown now, who kind of understands life better now, you want to say I can't forgive, but at the same time, that woman didn't know what she was doing. Couldn't make a life for herself. Didn't have no money. Hadn't even finished school yet. Now, I pray that the forgiveness happens. Because see, my mom got old saying, stop giving people control over yourself. Or she would say, stop letting them have the power over you. And there's a lot of people that walk around here letting others have the power over them, because they do not want to let go. They don't want to forgive. And I'm not saying it's easy to let it go. Especially according to what has happened to you, the way it happened to you, and how it happened to you. I'm not saying it's easy to forgive, but I'm saying a lot of people let people have that power over them because they got them right where they want. And that person going on with their life. Babies having babies. When I look at the younger generation, you asked me another great question. My thoughts on the women that's getting pregnant now. And you look at this young generation. See, a lot of stuff that you asked me in the email, I'm just gonna be honest to you, I can't relate. And let me explain that. We are in totally different generations. The things that I see and the disrespect that I see now, there's no way we would have done our moms like that. There's no way we would have done our elders like that, because it's a different generation that's being raised, and you got babies raising babies. And that's hard, because the disrespect that I see, it take everything in me not to want to just say, man, let me keep that baby for a week. But we brought up in different times, we had true discipline. Now you got more parents that's going to continue to be their child's friend. I can't relate to that. Ain't no way I look at my mama like she was my friend. Look at any elder like they really was my friend, because they the one that raised us and disciplined us. And like I've been saying, I just told somebody this on the phone. I think that was my baby brother Jeremy. I said a lot of women are going to continue to raise their child out of guilt. I've talked about this before, because the dad is not there. So they feel guilty with the raising, and they let the child get away with anything. No discipline. That's why it's hard for a lot of these young women trying to raise these children, trying to raise these boys especially. Oh man, you see what's going on. And ladies, I'm not saying that to down talk you, because there are some ladies that's got that old school upbringing in them. I'm not saying all ladies, of course, but when you look at the majority, there is no discipline. Whatever the reason, the baby dad ain't together no more with you, or y'all done got divorced or whatever, but it never was meant for a woman to raise children by themselves. That's the word of the Most High. He said, fathers raise your children as the mother nurtures the child. Fathers raise your children. Fathers don't provoke your child to anger. See, that raising, that discipline, that ain't around hardly now. So I'm throwing all this in this video together. But when I look at this email, this sister, man, it's easy for me to say, yeah, she need to forgive. But how many times, or if you watching, those who are watching, how easy was it for you to forgive when things happen to you? Did you forgive overnight, or was it a process? Or are you right now still saying, I still ain't forgiven? See, forgiving is a topic most people want to dash away from, because a lot of people are holding in some serious anger that some of them say, I'll take it to my grave, JT. I ain't gonna forgive for that. But then there's those who, they forgave. They let it go, and now they got a peace of mind. They stopped letting that person have that power over them in that sense. It's what has happened in this life. And if you look in the Bible, see, this is why I tell these, thank you, Holy Spirit. This is why I try to tell the women all the time, stop dressing so revealing. Cover yourself up. It's still rape going on. Don't act like it didn't happen in the Bible. Gang rape happened in the Bible. Rape happened in the Bible. Man, it's serious out here. And you shouldn't want to give. You got a lot of pedophiles out here, man. You got men waiting to do some stuff. And you want to go outside half naked. And you don't know who watching you, where they buy their vehicle, buy your vehicle. Man, I'm not trying to scare nobody, but it is scary out here, ladies. Cover yourself up, like I said in another video. Cover yourself up. But again, I come from a totally different generation. When women dress like ladies. You still had prostitutes when I was growing up, but when you went to church and out in public, man, the women would cover up. You may have seen a few, but not like what you see now. I was talking to my oldest daughter, Gabby, about this the other day, and she said, Daddy, even in the old generation, they was hoes too. And I said, a lot of them was hoes. They just didn't want you to know it. I said, but the difference between back then and now, they goals and they morals, them women back then, a lot of them stood on business. And now it's just, man, the women just come outside naked. In the videos, they naked. In public, they pretty much naked now. The cartoons, the movies, everything. I mean, and don't get me wrong, because back in the day, you had the people that did what they did. You had the Pam Grills that showed breasts and Foxy Brown and Sheba Baby. I mean, you had some little things, but they was more covered up back then than the way they are now. And I know I'm throwing all this in this one video. Y'all know when it's hot, I let it roll while it's hot. But man, yeah, it's easy for me to say. You wanted me to, to do this video a while back and say, just tell them, JT, they got to forgive. It's easy to tell somebody they got to forgive, but you're not them. Because it didn't happen to you. See, this is why secrets destroy families. Pretty much every family have kept secrets. And when those secrets finally come out, you be saying, man, we should have said something a long time ago. And that's why when you don't say nothing, now don't get me wrong, some things you might want to keep to yourself, but you got to realize it's things out there destroying families. And the secrets is what that is. It's a lot of them. You got people out here raising children and lies about who they are, and you talking about you the granddad and you really the daddy. Y'all know how it go. You've been calling her auntie and she really your mama, but your mama had her young and such and such done happened or somebody else took over. So man, it's just, you ain't gonna make it in this life without prayer and faith, fasting in the word, and being obedient, man. That's the only thing we got to hold on to. And that's really all we need if you think about it. So with that being said, I know I kind of crammed all it into one, but that's the way the Most High gave me this video. And I wanted to respond back, especially to the young people, about forgiveness once again. It ain't just a message for the young people, older people too who don't want to forgive, but forgiveness is a process. And I'm gonna always say that. I don't know nobody that forgave somebody overnight. Excuse that noise, I'm sorry. But y'all, everybody's different. But babies having babies, it reminded me of this movie I saw years ago, and this young lady had got raped in the movie, and she was trying to figure out if she was gonna keep the baby or not, and she wound up giving the baby up for adoption. Or even look at that old movie Color Purple. How did he die? On top of me. Who all was that man sleeping with? Them ain't just movies. There are daughters. There are women out who got pregnant by their own daddy or their own grandpa. It's sad, man. So you don't know why that mama decided to give you up, at that age when she didn't really know nothing. Babies having babies. So now that the mom is older, and you say you want to restore the relationship, man, let me just say this as I close. Ain't nothing too hard for the Most High. Nothing. And I'll leave you on that. Shalom.